Welcome back to the Hockey Shop Source for Sports. We're in goalie utopia with Cam Matwiv, and you may be wondering, why oh why do we have the Axis XF pads and gloves? Have we not talked about this before? We did.
We did.
Well, we talked about it purely from a customizer standpoint and what you could order, and we highlighted the new features quickly, but now we've had a chance to wear it, a chance to try it, and we realized we hadn't really done a full review. So we're going back to walk you through what's new, what's better, what's improved in the CCM AXIS XF pad, glove, and a blocker that is not just a blocker, is Cam's favorite blocker.
Bounce.
We'll leave that one because you're a little too excited about your favorite blocker, my friend. We'll put that back here.
Okay.
And you can tell us about the pads first.
All right. Let's talk about the speed channel.
The speed channel.
The speed channel.
The speed channel that does not feature speed skin.
No speed skin.
Speed skin gone, speed channel in.
There's speed skin on this pad. No speed skin on this pad. But again, flat Gen Pro surface. Why? So, a little bit of a change up, a little bit of a scientific research project, a little bit of interesting data found out.
We may just have footage of some of that scientific research being done with one Devin Levi sliding around in their lab and reading the different results. It was kind of cool actually to be there. So yeah.
So this is no more anecdotal, like, oh, it might slide better or anything like that.
Oh no, that's legit. Their lab has got some
Gen Pro flat slides the best.
Better than Weave.
Better than Weave. Better than
Speed skin.
Speed skin.
With this setup, now obviously speed channel, what is a speed channel? It's subtle, but for those that are actually here and can feel it, you can maybe see that on the camera, tough to see. There's a ridge.
Yep.
And basically it creates a gap between that inner edge and where your weight is on the back of this plate. What's a gap do? Less friction, slides better, the data backs it up.
What else is different? Extremely reinforced, hard slide surface. So there's no softness here. Softer that is too as well, the more it's going to collapse on the ice, the more it's going to drag. Stiffer, more maintained, better stability, better sliding.
There we go.
So, speed channel. Cover that, why it's important, big difference. I noticed it especially from an Axis 2 pad to this. Quite a bit easier, pushing around the crease, a little bit more stability. When the Axis 2 was already a very stable pad, especially when you drop, made that nice classic thud sort of thing. You still get that nice, wonderful thud sound when you drop down here, but that stability for sure definitely can't be ignored when you're moving around on ice in the crease.
And I got to say, if Cam had better sliding in this pad, that's something, because this guy's butterfly is like J.S. Shigerin level narrow.
You want a Stanley Cup?
There you go. Next.
Okay, so moving on to the back of the pad a little bit more. We see some familiar features from previous models. So we still have their knee drive system. So it's their direct rotation strap. That's their knee strap. Comes across. Their knee, thick knee stack. Their version of an integrated knee stack. So that comes from the actual side plate being Velcroed on.
One piece of the inside of the side.
One piece on the inside of the thigh.
And for those that haven't experienced, it's basically, CCM was the first one to show us that connection with the knee can actually get the pad to the ice faster. And so not having a knee stack that is floppy will actually get you sealed and on the ice faster. There's a little bit of give here because obviously you want a little bit of sort of mobility, but for the most part, when you drive down into that knee stack, it's going to drive the pad to the ice. And actually, if you drive down enough, you will create separation from your knee and the pad will get there ahead of your knees. We have, again, science and research to prove it.
The science. And a feature that I really, really like, because I've always had trouble finding the exact fit.
If you really, really like it, you should probably let people see it.
Well, we're getting over it. So they're quick motion strap. Now, adjustable on the inside here. So this is set up by, once again, Velcro, as we can see right there. So we can actually pull this in or out a little bit more to get that adjustability in terms of for those bigger casts or something that's wanting something a little bit tighter. Again,
because Cam has thighs for calves, so he needs a little extra room.
Calves for thighs, thighs for calves, whatever way you want to put it. I got big legs. I need the extra space inside, or the pad doesn't rotate properly because it's too tight.
I do love the adjustability because that was something in the previous iterations where one was a little snug, then it went a little long, or vice versa. I can't remember. Now they've given you adjustability so it works
Either
for
way,
everyone.
we can adjust that quickly on the fly and get that set up. So, continuing to move down, we get to one of the more interesting features of the pad, stock. Their new toe tie.
A little bit of elastic down here.
So the best part is that this can come undone and then you can switch it out to any sort of system that you would like, whether it be just skate lace and or a regular bungee lace, or if you really wish to keep this on, it kind of gives you a little bit of the best of both worlds. You can create that knot up at the front so you can get it wrapped around the post in a reverse VH situation.
Not stretchy here. Nice fixed.
But you still have the elastics on the top. But you can still replace and change it to anything else.
I like that because this is the connection that matters. And then from there on, having a little elastic at the end that's fine. Okay. A little bit flatter, a little bit of a channel, but this is just going to sit a little taller. It's a stiffer pad. A lot of flex in the boot. We've seen the flex in the boot. But through the shin and up through the thigh, this is a stiffer pad for sure than an EFlex.
Correct.
Combination of that bit flatter boot with that, is this going to fit a little taller?
It will sit still similarly to what you found in like an Axis 2.
Which was a little taller than an EFlex line.
Correct.
Okay.
So one of the things that we also haven't talked about is a rebound foam.
Oh, right. I forgot.
Yes, we almost did. Infinite power.
Infinite power rebound. If you wonder about the legitimacy of infinite power rebound, I would suggest you go look back at Game 7 of the Stanley Cup Final. Yes, the Edmonton Oilers may have lost that game, but there was a point midway through the third period, shot from the point through traffic. You can literally hear it. I don't think he saw it in a butterfly. You can literally hear it off the face of Stuart Skinner's pad. There's like 4 or 5 guys parked around the top of the crease looking for the rebound. It shoots past them into the high slot, out of the most dangerous area, buys him time to recover.
Did it shoot out with the infinite power?
Infinite power rebound. Look at you. And we talked to Skinner because during the season he went back to his EFlex at one point early in the year, was experimenting with it. And the reason he couldn't switch back completely is because he loved that rebound he got out of the AXIS XF pad. It's why he stuck with it, obviously for other reasons too, like he liked the pad, but that rebound was a big difference for him. And it was noticeable. As soon as he went to 1 or 2 practices in the other one, he noticed that those rebounds were being left in more dangerous areas for the way he plays. So
you've heard it here.
Infinite power rebound. It's a different foam. It's made everything stiffer.
Yep.
And you get a more active rebound off this pad.
And remember, custom's always available. If you need a break as opposed to stock and whatnot, there's options there. So we can kind of go over that, or we did go over that already in a previous video, but we've talked enough about the pad. Talk about the glove. Okay. CCM AXIS XF 591. Now you say, I've seen a 591 before from CCM. You have, but it's changed. So, in the inside of the glove, I have a thumb loop.
Should probably actually let people see it.
An index finger loop, and a pinky loop, all on the inside of the glove. So we've kind of gone back to some more, it's still open hand position, especially with your other 2 fingers.
Yeah, you don't have like 4 finger stalls.
Correct, but it's giving more control of the glove and that ability to close it right off the shelf.
They've also improved how well it closes, how quickly it breaks in. They've taken some steps on sort of that closure. Again, we've gone away from that sort of 2 popsicle stick design from previous CCM palms. It's a nice, even seam that closes along a line. It's consistent, but they've improved how it closes. Some of that is the backhand as well, a little more flexibility in the strapping.
We do see that crossform strap come back as well.
Love the crossform strap.
Again, lots of mobility in terms of being able to present your glove. You're not feeling like you're cranking on that wrist strap and then really locking it into basically your entire forearm, for example. Again, I have a lot of play here. You can really help present that glove forward and nice. And again, that ability to kind of close it off the shelf.
And for those that are like, what's the difference between a 591 and a 590? It's just those internals and sort of the construction of it. The actual break angle is the same
and a little
as
bit
the
of the shape of the
original
glove.
590.
Yeah, break is still the same, that index finger to palm closure, but the actual shape of the glove does change a little bit in a stock 590 glove. Yes, obviously available custom. You can still order, your 600, your 590, 580, all still available. But again, a nicer option and advance forward inside the glove.
Last one, but certainly not least, because Cam loves this, the AXIS XF blocker. Since they've redesigned their blockers, they're noticeably lighter. That same rigidity off the board, like just when we talk about the rebounds off the pad, we hear a lot of feedback from goalies right up to pro about how actively they can steer pucks and how
so do what you just did again. Do what you just did again. What I really like is that wrist mobility. See how you're able to get out and really punch that blocker forward? That ability to get your palm, that center basically of that backhand right on that puck, the ability to deflect pucks wherever you want them to go consistently every single time. I felt that off this blocker right away. Popped it on my hand. I was like, oh, okay, it feels like a blocker. Started taking shots with it. I was like, wow, this is something. It's worth checking out. It does make a difference. This is still part of your game. A blocker's not just a blocker. It's old adage. Forget it.
You know what else they did?
This makes a big difference.
Look, the D3O on the finger to protect you in case you get one that rides up the stick. They've expanded how much is there, so a little extra protection goes further down your finger and around it, so a little extra protection on the inside of the stick if you get a puck that rides up and finds that narrow gap.
Stock, they're straight style finger protection. We've seen that curved one in the past. It can cause a little bit of interference, especially with holding sticks. This is that straight one. The stick slots in quite nicely. You don't find it slips out or messes up its presentation. Again, a really nice blocker. It's not something that we talk about too often.
Cam's favorite blocker.
If we'll get close to
told
favorite.
me.
Yes. So if you have any questions, give me a call, 604-589-8299 or 1-800-567-7790. Me and or anyone from my team would be more than happy to help you out with any questions you might have about the gear. Got questions about custom, you want to do a custom order, give us a call, send us an email.
Or just go back to the custom video that we already did.
And then still come back and contact us because you'll still need our help.